just by way of review, the task force has received over 2,200 tips. As you know, earlier in the week, the reward was increased to $102,000, and the expected result took place. It pried some lips open, and we got a bunch of tips. The Sheriff's Office has remained committed to this investigation, as has our partners at Michigan State Police. We've had a lot of calls over the last few days about what about Saturday? We've got a home football game. What are we going to do about that? So I thought what I'd do is just quickly update you. We have, along with the Michigan State Police Lansing Post, will have an increased presence on the freeway, roughly from the Livingston County line to US 127. And the reason for this is we want to reassure motorists that it's safe to drive out there. And as I said in the past, you're more likely to get in an accident on that corridor than you would get shot at. Most of our shootings have not been on the freeway. I think we can only relate 3 of those to the freeway, and 2 of those were last Saturday. So that's a quick update of what's going on, and I would entertain any questions that I can answer.
Given the fact that the most recent shooting was tied to this war on Saturday, does that give you added concern that this shooter might be shifting to the weekends?
Well, they all give us concern, quite frankly. Particularly the one on Saturday that resulted in an injury. So we have already had a ramped up exposure in all areas, not just in Ingham County, but the other jurisdictions as well, and the Wixom area as well also. But because of the home football game and all the hysteria that goes with that, we thought we need to throw even more resources out there to reassure the public that it's safe to travel on that road.
Going off of that, can you talk a little bit about the resources that have been put into this? I know, when I talked to you 2 weeks ago, it was a lot. I can only imagine, the drain it's put on it now.
We don't have a lot of resources anyhow, but I can tell you what we put to it. We've got 4 full-time deputies. We've got 1 detective sergeant, 3 detectives. One of our lieutenant works on the task force part-time, and our field services major. So, and then just earlier this week, we received some overtime funds to bring off-duty deputies into service to work in this general area as well. So we've got a lot of resources committed to it, as does the Michigan State Police and the University Police.
It seems like you've been working to the max up until now, so what exactly do you mean by putting more people on this weekend? Well,
you got this hysteria of the football game. That always creates extra problems for all of us anyhow, particularly as they funnel closer to the university. So our idea was to throw more resources out there to reassure the public that it's safe to travel.
Can you go off of that a little more? In the past few days, there's been a lot of scares or false alarms. A lot of people are frightened, and just kind of talk more about what this weekend is about. That you guys are really out there to assure people that you can still drive down 96. It's not the end of the world.
That's true, and as I said, you're more likely to get in an accident than you are to get shot at. But we want people to see the troopers, we want people to see the deputies, to know that we're there and we're going to do our very best to keep you safe.
How close are you to getting the guy?
I can tell you this, that the tips keep coming in. Some are better than others, as you may guess, and we're chasing every one of those down. I don't have a crystal ball that can tell you we're going to get them tomorrow, we're going to get them today. We're giving it our best shot.
How many more cops are going to be on the street this Saturday? What are people going to see when they're driving to the game?
Well, you're going to see one probably in the general area of every turnaround on the freeway, and then our regular patrol on top of that, so it'll be a significant number.
And the Sheriff's Office is obviously increasing patrols. Can you talk about the State Police and what you'll be doing this weekend as well?
Well, State Police is working in conjunction. We have identified. The Lansing State Police Post has identified, working with the Sheriff's Department, the areas that we want to cover, and so we're augmenting their patrol. So we're working in conjunction with them. I don't think any of us want to get into specific numbers, but We are deploying additional state police patrol cars, marked patrol cars to the area as well with the county.
And I would point out that that's not the only areas we're patrolling. We still have patrols, F-52, Grand River, the areas we've had additional shootings as well.